What's up, Internet? Corey Zamer here, back with the weekend adventure in video game hunting. As you saw in that first clip, because I'm going to put it in the video before this, we went to a pawn shop and we picked up 3 Call of Duty games. And the reason I picked them up, spent $10 each on them. And we went to GameStop, traded them in, made about $24 on them. So I am stacking up GameStop credit like a, I don't even know what you call one of those people. Let me know in the comments below what those people are called. Gonna be holding on to that credit until I find something that I actually want to play from GameStop. And hopefully tomorrow we're going to be going down to the flea market that I rarely go to because it's so far away. It's in East Bumfuck, South Bumfuck, wherever the fuck Bumfuck. And they have games that are always $3 each, so let's hope we find something. It's been 6 months since I've been there, probably, maybe more. We here. Let's see what this flea market's about today. So I found a few items. I'll show you later, obviously. Paid $7 for them, so it wasn't bad. Got 2 music CDs, got Will Smith Lost and Found, and the game Doctor's Advocate. I don't know, in the winter I don't like bringing my iPod into the car, just because if I leave it there, it gets frozen, and I have to charge it again and reformat it. So I've been listening to a lot of CDs, old school style. I swear to God, this time I'm not even exaggerating. Dirt motherfucking road. East Bumfuck. Let's hope we have some luck here, because this was a fucking journey. Well, what I don't get about that is why it smelled like shit far away from the bathroom. The closer you got to the bathroom, it wasn't that bad. I don't get that. But this place, way overpriced for, careful, almost had a casualty right now. Very overpriced on pretty much all the video games they have, but seeing as we're out in the sticks, yeah, CDs were $5 each, DVDs were $5 each. So it's kind of a continuation of what we were doing earlier, trading in some consoles, which this week are 50% extra trading credit at GameStop. And for some reason, they're taking PlayStation 2s again, so that's something for you to do with your PlayStation 2s, I guess, if you're sitting on a whole bunch of them like I used to.
GameStop on the back door?
No, they used to. They used to be bigger, but they stopped renting the other side. So, brought in 2 DS Lites, a DSi, and a PS2. Alright guys, let's figure out this traffic. Oh no, we have a froyo place that we didn't know was still here. The PS2, this GameStop that we went to said they didn't take. Interesting story. It was in their system, but they could not take it yet, I guess. But she thought it was shady that I was bringing in multiple systems, which I learned later is just against their policy. So why do you gotta tell me it's shady? Like, don't add your fucking commentary to it, just tell me it's against your store policy. Why make it personal? So, we're in Bristol, and there's 2 GameStops on the same road. This other GameStop takes PlayStation 2s. Eat a dick first, GameStop. Eat a dick.
don't tell me you just said that. He just went there. Yeah, so that commercial is stuck. It's stuck, huh?
Action.
Alright guys, so on my GameStop credit, I decided to pick up some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Funko blind box figures. Let's see what we get. Let's make some predictions. I'm hoping for Leonardo and Krang. I'm predicting I will get a Foot Soldier and April O'Neil though. Let's see what we do. The fuck does this open? Here we got... Oh, it's in a fucking black bag too. But I can pretty much feel... I'm pretty sure this is a Foot Soldier. So I think I'm going to be right. Yep, purple. We're seeing purple. It's a Foot Soldier. He looks pretty cool. It's kind of weird that there's Foot Soldiers in this, in the sense that these are from the Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, I'm pretty sure they don't have Foot Soldiers in that. They have Krang, whatever, aliens, robots, Terminator things. Next one. Alright. We got a turtle, I think. Come on, Leonardo. Motherfucker! If I was a kid still, this would be awesome, because as a kid, Michelangelo was my favorite, but what the fuck face is he making? I don't know, whatever. Thank God I didn't spend actual money on these. Although I am happy with the Foot Soldier one, but Mikey's kind of looking like he is high on mushrooms or something. Let's get on with the rest of the pickups. You can end it.
No.
You can end it!
No.
Rah!
I have boobs in my hand.
Alright guys, time to go over what I got this weekend. I probably made I traded in about $150 worth of systems, like PS2, DS Lite, DSi, and a few games I believe earlier. Honestly, I'm still sick and delirious, so I might say some weird shit in this video, and I honestly don't remember much of what happened this weekend, and it's only Monday. So let's just get right into the pickups, because I actually still have about $142 in trade credit at GameStop, which I have no idea how to spend. I just don't want to spend it like it's burning a hole through my pocket and then have nothing good to show for it. So the first thing I got this weekend, I believe, unless I'm forgetting, I got a few CDs, Will Smith, Lost and Found, and some other fucking CD I probably mentioned earlier. Once again, sick and delirious, don't really care. Sonic Adventure for $3 at the flea market. And the case is kind of jacked, but the CD is in good shape. This goes for around $10, so that's not bad. I already have it, obviously. Went to a pawn shop. Really overpriced pawn shop. They had Nintendo 64s for like $120, $129, I can't remember. Nintendo's, just a plain Nintendo controller and the hookups for like $120, something like that. just absolutely ridiculous pricing on most of their stuff. And considering how much of they had, it's surprising, because you'd think that some place that had more stuff like that would actually have thought of how to price it, but I guess they didn't. So anyway, I did decide to pick up one game there, and it's mostly just because it's one of the few Wipeout games I don't have, and that's Wipeout 3 for the PlayStation 1. And I always wanted to get this one because I thought this cover was awesome. You can't really tell what's going on in the cover to give you a hint of what the game is about, but it's a futuristic racing game, kind of like Mario Kart in the sense that there are weapons and power-ups, but I always liked the Wipeout series, played it the most on the Vita with Wipeout 2048, I believe it was. So I almost have accidentally a complete Wipeout collection, well, not on every system, but on the PlayStation systems. I don't think I'm missing any games anymore. Well, except for a physical copy of Wipeout 2048, because that was just a free digital game from PSN. Where was I? One of the few games I got with my trade-in credit at GameStop, Bit Trip Saga. Don't know much about this, but it looked like a fun game. It was only like $8 and it was trade-in credit, so I didn't miss it. Two more handheld games that I got this week. One of them actually just arrived this morning because I bought it on eBay. But first up, at GameStop, we also picked up Touch My Katamari, which is a sequel to Katamari Damacy and Beautiful Katamari and all those other Katamari games that I haven't played. I've only played the original. Don't know how they're going to handle the touch controls in this. I can imagine they do quite a bit, but we'll see. I can imagine the back touchpad coming into play quite a bit. So it'll be fun to try out. And that was only like $9 with trade credit, who cares. And here's a game that I actually could have bought at many GameStops that I saw. I'd already been playing it this weekend, but up until this weekend I hadn't seen it in GameStop with the case, and that is Persona 4 Golden, which I'm very much looking forward to playing. I actually bought this on eBay for, I believe, $18 shipped, and I took the price tags off it that the guy shipped it with, but he got it from GameStop, so he probably made like $1. I think GameStop sells it for like $17, so very happy to have this finally. Was very much enjoying Persona 3 when it came out, but I ended up stopping that game when they announced Persona 3 Fest was coming to the United States, and I always figured I'd just play that one because I was only like 20 hours in to Persona 3, so I didn't want to play through that and then release a better version of the game, and I just never went back to it. But Persona 4 Golden, I've heard great things about. I've heard about this from the Game Over Greggy show. I've read IGN reviews. Many people say great things about Persona 4 Golden, so I really can't wait to dive into this game. Please be sure to check out my other videos. This week, a little bit more sparse than others just because I'm sick and I missed a Monday video. I usually get up videos Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and now Sunday, so that's like, what, I can't count, 5 days a week, but probably only getting 3 or 4 this week. Who knows? I honestly don't have much to show you guys just because I have a Kirby Conquest video coming out. You will have seen that probably on Wednesday, and I don't have any other footage to show you from like thrift stores or Craigslist deals because it's just been fucking terrible at Craigslist deals. I'm actually going to insert what was going to be probably the beginning to a very epic Craigslist deal right here. Hey guys, Corey Zamir here, and what we're looking at is most likely a fake Craigslist ad because this seems too good to be true. A Super Nintendo system and 64 games for $150. As you can see here, it's the Super Nintendo Super Set that came with Mario All-Stars in the box. Box looks mint. Comes with the styrofoam. And we're just looking at some of these games. And a few that would catch your eye. Turtles in Time right there. Secret of Evermore. The next batch we got Super Metroid. Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Super Double Dragon. Castlevania 4. Legend of Zelda. And a really important one right there. Castlevania Dracula X. That's a very, very expensive game. Contra 3, The Alien Wars. The dual Mario All-Stars, Super Mario World Kart. And then in the last picture, he has the boxes for most of them. Well, for the good ones at least. So I emailed this dude. Probably not going to hear anything back. This is most likely one of those Craigslist troll posts, but this would go down as like the best deal ever. Let's see what happens. You might not even see this. As you could probably figure out, that deal never happened. The guy never got back to me. It was one of those Craigslist deals too good to be true, way too good to be true. So let me know in the comments below what deals you've had slip through your fingers, and if you think they were real and you just missed out on them, or if you think they were bullshitting the whole time. Could be Craigslist deals, people bullshitting at garage sales, whatever, the flea market. So as always, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, keep it real, Internet.